everyone, this is Matthew Paul, also known as Get Silius, here with my two co-hosts, Shadow Haxer and Nitro. And today we have a new podcast on the Outerhaven, known as Loading Screen. It's be a bi-weekly gaming podcast, so hope you guys enjoy. So say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
I can't
Yo,
believe
what's going on? It's been a long time. Left you.
Yeah.
No, that's it. What's going on, people?
It's all good.
Hello?
It's all good, man. So it's been a while, but I've been busy working my thing, doing bookshelf podcasts. People heard about like 1,000 times, so that's all good. So let's get into the Steam of things, and how about that SteamOS?
How about that SteamOS? What about it? What do you like about it?
Well, it's Linuxable.
But it's a Linux-based kernel, Linux-based OS. Okay, so yeah, I'll give it that much because we all know how Gabe is and his hate towards Windows 8. He didn't have any issues with Windows 7, but the minute Windows 8 came out, it's like, fuck this, Microsoft is the Antichrist. We don't like Windows anymore because 8 is garbage. And I admit, 8 is garbage. But from a game standpoint, it's a lot more optimized than 7 is, and that's all I really care about. If I really need to get work done, I'll jump on my Linux workstation or just keep working on my Windows 7 workstation. But as far as SteamOS goes, I'm actually pretty excited for it. Not the fact that it's just an OS from Valve, but the fact that they've integrated Steam into it. Obviously, we haven't seen it in play yet because they haven't really shown us anything and just told us about it. As far as we know, it could be complete and utter shit. But I like the fact that, they're keeping true to their word and they're actually coming out with a box. Not something that's going to be competing against, the console, the Xbox, the PlayStation, but a unique twist on bringing PC gamers into the living room. They did their first push with Big Picture mode, which basically gave Steam a consoleized GUI, and it works pretty good for the most part. But yeah, I'm actually excited for SteamOS, and I'm hopefully it comes out and we get to see it and get to play with it. Between the Steam OS and the Steam machine announcements that they made, even though they haven't shown us any hardware or told us who's working the hardware, and the Steam controller. I'm actually more excited for that controller.
In that beta.
Yeah, good luck with that. Only 300 people are going to be able to get into that beta.
Yeah, no, that's pretty ridiculous. But hey, free Steam box.
Yeah.
Good
Wait,
luck.
wasn't it Ouya was making one? I heard they had some problems too.
Who's?
Yeah, I forgot how to pronounce that.
Ouya.
Ouya or something like that.
Yeah,
Ouya.
the Droid.
The Android-based gaming system. It was a good concept. I contributed to it with Kickstarter. The system was a great idea. Sadly, it was poorly utilized. I mean, I wouldn't say it's dying. It's doing well, but it's an Android-based gaming system. That in itself says something. The problem with that is it still has a hard time getting, quote-unquote AAA titles.
Yeah, with good quality games.
Right. I mean, when it first came out, it had maybe 2 or 3 good games for it. And calling some of those games good was a stretch. The Ouya wasn't something that, I'll be honest with you. The people that brought the Ouya wasn't buying Ouya for games developed on Android. The people that were buying Ouya were either buying it to hack it or they were buying it to play emulators on. That's it. Nothing more. And I'll be honest, so was I. It's a $99 box that has the Tegra 3 chipset, allows me to hook it up to an HDMI-enabled TV, and lets me play any emulator on it that I want, long as it has long as it has an Android build, or media centers on it, so I can watch TV on the go. Okay, that's fantastic for $99. Okay, so basically, I can do everything that the Roku can do, but slightly better. But as far as the game side is concerned, when people bought that for the gaming, they weren't getting the bang for the buck. The Ouya is a decent system. The content's not there. On the flip side, though, the Steam box or Steam machine has a ton of stuff going for it because not only will it have native apps coming for it eventually, but it can stream everything from the Windows version of Steam and Mac. So that's 3,000 plus titles. It doesn't have to be natively played in the lane to it. It can stream them from your PC, similar to what NVIDIA is doing with the Shield. It can stream your content from your machine to the Shield.
Right.
Right now you're nerding out, and I'm more like, okay,
yeah.
Where's the part where I can tell me if I can flip my keyboard to it, or there's a better way to macro all the games into pad? Because I have Steam, hacked on Steam, but he knows 90% of the games I have on Steam are just D-paddable.
Well, here's the good thing. Okay, the SteamOS is catered towards living room, so everything is going to be catered towards a gamepad or a controller. You can still use your keyboard, and they've stated that as well. But this push is to get everything our native access to a controller. They don't want you to sit on your couch and use a keyboard. If that's the case, then there's no reason for it. You can do that right now. They want you to be able to go into your room, turn on a Steam machine, pick up your controller, and go to town. And honestly, right now, you really can't do that because there are issues with Steam, even in big picture mode, that sometimes the controller gets overwritten and you have to go pick up your keyboard anyway to get it out of where it's stuck at. See, if you want to know more information about this, you're supposed to be asking me the questions and I give you the info.
Really?
As you can see, I've been on this for a while.
Oh, so you're Valve now? I can ask you all the questions?
I wish I was Valve. I'm not that level, unfortunately.
Because I'm about to say, let me ask you a serious question. Yo, why have you hooked up family sharing yet? I want to be in your family and take your games.
Well, you know what? That's another thing with that. You're in that beta as well. When you're able to get into that beta as well with that. And I like the concept of family sharing. It seems like they waited to Microsoft and Sony got off their soapbox and say, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're going to do this as well." And it's phenomenal because basically, if you got your man that's in New Jersey, you're like, "Yo, I heard you got this game. Can I play it?" And you're like, "I'm not playing right now. Go ahead and log in. You can play it." That is phenomenal. This is what the consoles needed. The consoles need this function.
This is pretty much what that Xbox One system should have been.
Yeah.
It seems like. Or it seems like that's how they're doing it.
Yeah. No, the problem is it's very similar. Valve is already, technically Steam is already like that. The problem is, though, is that Steam has this way of getting away with it. My major beef with Steam is that sometimes, I only even have YouTube hacks. There's some games you buy on Steam, and then you realize you can't turn it back or get a refund.
But yeah, because you know why Steam is able to get away with that? Or Origin's able to get rid of that through that? Because it's PC. We as PC gamers already know that this is what it is. Once you buy a game, and it's been like this forever, you cannot take the PC game back. You could never take the game back. You could never trade the game.
That's true.
We've had DRM since day one.
It's like it was like the advantage of console gaming. And with the Steam box, it's more like an extension of PC gaming that already didn't have that advantage. So the whole system isn't too much of a big deal. And it's not like it's taking something away from the consumer, because if you buy games on Steam, you already can't trade them in. You already can't, just can't freely give them to friends. So that was something that was like a big sticking point for console gaming. So them trying to take that away as kind of like the trade-off or counterbalance to it is seen as more negative. Whereas here, it's nothing but a good thing that they're allowing you to share your games.
And people have to remember that, when that ability was somewhat available to a certain console, that it got abused to the point where they disabled it. I don't know if you guys remember.
They massively cut it back.
Yeah.
For Sony. I mean, for Sony, it was the greatest thing ever. You could share with 6 people. And yeah, they cut it back. So it was you can only have your games on 2 systems.
Now, this is not saying that this is going to be perfect. Obviously, again, they haven't said much about it, but they were very clear that if you're playing it on one machine, your friends or family could not play it on the other. There's no simultaneous playing the same game.
Yeah, that's not the case on the PS3 one, but...
Right. But yeah, going back to what you said, why people don't really care so much about it on Steam. Again, it's like I said, we as PC gamers, we've had this DRM scheme in place since day one. Either you had to look up a certain phrase in a book, or you had to look in the back of the manual, or you had to memorize this letter, go here, get this letter, go here, get this letter. We were used to this shit. So when Steam came out, oh man, I remember those days and they sucked. But with Steam, it's a convenient single sign-on. It's like, all right, here's your shit, here's your game. That's it. It simplified the process for a lot of us. So when Steam's like, oh, but you can only have it here, you can only do this, we're like, okay, sure, all right, fine, no big deal, because we were already trained. We didn't take a PC game we didn't legally take a PC game and install it on here, then install it on here, then install it on here. So.
I mean, the only thing that hurts though is that I wish there was a way they have a policy to return it back, but at the same time, I could see the mass mayhem of people, like at least game reviewers, because I review games, and go like, you know what? I played Skullgirls for like 2 days, and, because I played Skull for 2 days, and you know what? I'm done. Return it back. I'm and get like my $15 back.
But see,
And
that's also the benefit to the PC because a lot of games on Steam, if you
Are
noticed or
mad cheap.
not, they're
yeah,
cheap. They're considerably cheaper than their console counterparts.
they have at least a sale like every other day or something.
Yeah,
They have a
exactly.
weekend
And like,
deal, midday sale, daily sales. There's always something being slashed.
Yeah,
exactly,
and it's
that's the thing.
fantastic, and
Yeah,
that's the
that's
perfect
amazing,
thing.
man. Like, if the thing is, like, people are going to be a lot more willing to accept a $10 game that they buy that they're stuck with than a $60 game that they buy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
like
mean-
logic. It's like idiotic logic. It's like, okay, you lost $10. You're like, all right, I'm a little salty, but okay, it was $10. Now you lose $60. Like, fuck, I lost $60. Why did I just do that? It's like,
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking money.
that would be that's brutal. And the thing is true about it. The Saints Row 4 when it came out, I think it had like a 10-15% off, and then it was like people bought it like crazy. So it's like, and then they put it back to its normal price. People still bought it. So it's like it's all good.
right.
I mean, though certain games I only bought it because it was on sale. Like Volgar the Viking came out. I've been playing it recently. Had the
Yeah, but it's all good. They made it for that. They did exactly
Exactly.
for people like that. So, okay, you're not going to buy it now. Okay, we'll sell it to you for cheap on the weekend.
or better yet,
I'm
you
down.
wait till like November's coming up, and it'll be like the holiday sale or Thanksgiving sale. That's gonna blow so many people's wallets.
Man, I wish Steam would put out or Valve would put out how much they sold during the summer sale.
Summer sale, springs. I think the best ones are the fall and
I
winter.
can't.
In my
I
opinion.
can't even count how much I bought during the summer sale.
What did you get during the summer sale?
Huh?
What did you get during the summer sale? I gotta hear this. What did you get?
All right, let's see.
Open up the
I
Steam
got
and see
Mark
what
of
you
the
never
Ninja.
played.
I got Orion Dino Horde. I got Fallout. I got Dark Souls. I got Half Minute. Well, no, I got Half Minute Hero because of the what's his name. I got Skullgirls during the summer sale. I got there's like a whole bunch of crap. I don't even remember like half of the
Wow,
stuff.
I got that.
bought.
I got that one free, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So
But I mean, again, it's perfect for Valve because they can get penetration into the living room, the home theater rooms, and not even just that. Anybody who wants to pick up a Steam machine.
Yeah.
And considering, well, assuming that the price is right, and they said they're going to have multiple versions. They're going to have 3 different versions: a good, a better, and best. So from what they were saying is, the good is maybe $100-$200 system. The better is going to be maybe a $300-$400 system. And the best, they said, is basically the hardware vendor can go all out. It's sky's the limit, do what they want. And, honestly, I don't think they should have a best because we already have that right now with your game machine. There's nothing stopping me from going and getting a copy of SteamOS installed on my PC and put it in the living room.
How about that?
yeah, like my opinion is like this with the Steam box. I mean, I kind of use Big Picture in there. It's pretty good. But my only beef with this on the Steam box is pretty much how are they going to let you transfer your account there? Like, let's say I have my computer hooked up to Steam, and then my brother decides to play whatever game, have my Steam box on it. Will it read as 2 people playing the account, or one person gets to sign off, something like that?
Well,
It's only
it works.
like little minor things like
No,
everything else
it
seems
would work.
good.
I would imagine it works the same way it works now. Like, cause I have 2 different machines on here, and before I gave my kids their own account, they would sign in on my account. When they signed in on my account on their machine, it kicked me off, so I had to sign back on. So that's how it's going to work. They haven't mentioned any change to the system, so it's still going to be 1 per user. But that's why they have the family sharing plan. So it still works. So say you have, for me, I got like 200 games on Steam. Okay, so I'm playing Castlevania. Okay, they want to play, Borderlands 2 or Castlevania. Okay, I'm not playing it. They can play it. So the friends family works out perfect. And this is what's going to help them penetrate, again, the living room and the family rooms and the home theater rooms. Because if you have people have access to this, this vast amount of games, and nobody's losing anything, it's not piracy either. You're actually giving me legal access to say, okay, I'm going to use your game since you're not playing it. So it's similar to renting the game. It's exactly renting the game. I'm going to play your game since you're not
Steam
playing
already
it.
does that when they let you rent games. They already have that weird policy. Like certain games are free for like a day or a weekend. You could play it the entire weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
But then once it's over, you got to give it back. But in this sense, you can play the game forever. So if I never play Borderlands 2 again, rock out, have fun, play it all you want. I'm never going to touch the game again. That's
How
not
about
to
that?
say that I'm
That's
not going to
awesome.
play it because I love Borderlands too. But an example.
Yeah.
Or say you were there and there was a crap ton of games on Steam that were on sale. You picked them up because you know your friends or your family, your sister, your brother's going to like to play it, and you don't want them on your account. Like, all right, here's your account. You can borrow this game.
Yeah, that's about right.
That is going to be fantastic for the living room.
Ugh, that's pretty good. It's actually not that bad, I guess per se. But there's nothing really much to complain about. I mean, when I think about the Steam box, it's only a minor thing that's like a worry about,
Like what?
like space, like how much space with each machine, how much
Well,
space, like
it's a
gigabytes. It will hold.
PC. It's a
Right.
computer. So it's going to be, you'll be able to, assuming that they're not small form factor machines, really small form factor machines, you should be able to swap out a hard drive. I mean, unless they force you to a small form factor hard drive like a solid state drive, I can't imagine they would do something idiotic as that. And then at the same time, it still would have a USB, so you could still use a USB enabled drive. It's still a PC, for lack of a better word. So there should be no issue to worry about there.
Yeah, that's one. I guess another one. I guess I could complain. It with the Steam OS versus Steam Box. Wise. Oh no, actually, I want to put it like this. With the Steam Box, it's basically a computer. You think how much limitation left of people who buy it, mod it? Like, what if I just use the Steam? I take the Steam Box and I add the Steam OS to it, or add whatever I want to it, make it my own version of Steam Box. How much are they
Well,
willing
I
to let
mean,
me
it'll
to
come
mod
with
it?
the
Because
Steam
technically, it's a
OS, won't it?
computer.
Yeah, it comes with the Steam OS.
Oh,
So I
good.
mean, the thing is, what I'm thinking more is instead of actually like trying to make your own Steam box and like building a PC and then just putting Steam OS on it, because I don't think, or at least it wouldn't make sense for the Steam OS to have as many like features or as much functionality as like say, Windows or a regular Linux OS. So it might actually be better to get the Steam box, and if you can mod that, then put whatever upgrades or whatever you want into the Steam box
Well,
because
you gotta remember, a couple key things with this is again, it's a Steam based OS. Okay, Linux. Okay, so it's still a full fledged Linux operating system. They can't add Linux without adding a Linux kernel. With the Linux kernel, you can just do anything you can do in a basic Linux machine. So long as the functionality is still there.
even though it's the quote unquote Steam OS, you'll still be able to add whatever programs or whatever you want there.
Right, right. Unless it's an extremely neutered version of Linux, like for example, okay. Um,
So,
this is technical, so if I go over your head, let me know. Okay, VMware EXI. It's a virtualization. It's a hypervisor OS. Okay, before it you was required to install Linux to then install EXI or ESX on the OS. Okay, and then later on they came out with their own embedded version of EXI, which includes a version of Linux, and it still runs straight Linux. You can still log into it and do Linux-based commands against that OS, even though it's only for EXI. You can never truly get rid of the core fundamentals of Linux when you kernel in anything. That's how Linux is made. It's not like Windows.
Yeah. Man. So anyway, I guess I'm getting all steamy from hearing all this information, guys. Have you guys checked anything from Eurogamer that came out recently, or at least news relating to Eurogamer?
I heard about a knight walking down the street for Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco. I put it on the site. Namco Bandai had the idea to have somebody dress up as the knight from Dark Souls 2 and walk around Earl's Court in London during the Eurogamer Expo. And the pictures on the site are retarded. Like he's just walking around in full armor with a sword in his hand, walking in front of cars, walking in front of a bus, and I'm like, really? And the police didn't do anything about this? Did you think that might be an issue?
Well,
No,
they
it's
they
just-
maybe they let the cops know beforehand.
And like over here, we just do shit and the cops get involved and like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is just for fun, huh? Well, it's not fun for us.
Wah, wah.
Other stuff, so. But I really haven't been paying much attention to Eurogamer. I'm actually a little overloaded, from, E3, and then you had Tokyo Game Show, which was pretty lackluster, and then really, what are you going to show us Eurogamer Expo that we haven't already seen? We know what you're talking about, blah, 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 PlayStation 4, blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
Xbox
Last
One.
of Us DLC, blah blah blah. I guess.
I don't care.
What?
I
How
don't
could you
care.
not like The Last of Us? It's pretty much
I love
Troy
the
Baker
no.
happy.
I love the game. I don't think that you should cheapen games, certain games with download content. Like, what are you going to offer? What are you going to change in the game? Once you beat the game, it's it. You offer me you going to a mission that you did in the game, but you really didn't do. Now you get to do it. What are you going to offer me?
They're gonna offer you Troy Baker killing Nolan North all over again. Everyone
That
loved that. I love killing Nolan North. That was the best part of mine. Like, motherfucker.
that's just like the downloadable content that's coming out or did come out for BioShock Infinite. Oh, you get to do this now. Why?
I know. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, there's still people who can get it. It's still gonna be there, but
I mean, I feel that download content for certain games cheapens the game. There was no reason to give us download content for BioShock Infinite. Not that. If you wanted to give us something, explore the connection with BioShock Infinite and the original BioShock, because you did that in the ending.
DLC.
Was it
goes in
completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. No, not that way. Not the way they did it.
Okay. Because I guess another game from Eurogame I found out from my connection is that Legacy of Kain has been announced. Another Kain. Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know.
Legacy of Kain has been announced, but in what form?
Let's see. Let me actually check. Legacy of Kain has been announced. There's a trailer for it. It's a trailer. I know the trailer came out. I know that much.
It's a PvP-based MMO.
Yeah.
Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dead. All right, that's it from Eurogamer. That's it. Because there's only like
Legacy
and
of
Devolver Studios is there. I mean, shouts to those guys having Foul Play and a bunch of other games that should be there playing, but that's it.
There's, you know what? The problem is, it's not any offense to Eurogamer. There's just too many expos. There's too many events. You know, they need to tone it down. You got PAX Prime, PAX East. You got E3. You got Tokyo Game Show. You got Eurogamer. And
Comic-Con, if you count that.
And you got two more I know I'm forgetting.
I think just wait, we already said PAX Prime. Damn. S count? No, it's not. Can't remember. Dang it, you're right.
I mean, what else we got? I think we got some small ones that don't really do much, but they're still out there representing. We got VGXPO. We got SXSW.
Oh yeah.
Which is more of a developer's base. Yeah, it's too much. It's overload. I liked it better when there was a couple events throughout the year and the announcements were spaced. You know, we didn't hear about the same thing over and over and over again. You know, we heard we got this game. Okay, fantastic. We got this game. Oh, awesome. You know, these are the things that make me, you know, they're happy that, you know, certain companies like Blizzard don't come out to these events and be like, this is all we got. And they wait till they have their own event.
It doesn't also hurt that most of these events, well, mostly the three, I guess I would say the three bigger ones in my opinion. There's really, I would say E3, TGS, and Eurogamer. Those are regional. That's why it's gotten bigger, because there's certain games only work in certain regions.
Yeah, that, and you know, honestly, you know, I know from my experience that I've been to two so far, and I love them. I actually enjoy the PAX East events more than, you know, the coverage that we've seen.
Yeah. PAX East is probably a better place for indie developers, indie games to go for if you're into that. I'm into that, so I'd probably go to PAX just for indie.
Yeah, you haven't gone yet, have you?
Yeah, I have to.
You have to, man. It was so much. And talking to the people from the indie scene, they were mad fun to talk to.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of those guys. I know Robot Loves Kitty. I know some dudes from Crazy Viking Studios. So yeah, I talked to them. I just haven't, you know, went there, and that'll be good.
Speaking of which, tickets for PAX East will be going up pretty soon. We're going into October in a couple of days. That's usually when the ticket sales start, and PAX East tickets go pretty fast.
Go really fast, man. I hope I can get some this year, though.
I'm gonna have to go try to get some too. Or we could just press pass it. I don't know.
Well, if we're recognized, I mean, New York Comic Con recognized us. Shout out to them. Thank you. We'll see. You know, we'll see. But yeah, PAX East. I mean, any of the PAX events. Losing my voice there. Any of the PAX events are definitely worth your checking out. Even if you go once. I mean, even if you can't stand the guys who run Penny Arcade for all the shit they're doing now and all the controversy they're involved with, screw them. Thank them for the event. You're not going for them. You're going for the stuff that's at the event, and
Yeah.
it's definitely worthwhile.
Look, I don't even know there was beef with Penny Arcade. I mean, they made Child's Play organization. They made a charity. I mean,
No, but the problem that they got a couple of controversial
did they take
subjects
pictures of
out
penis and show it
there.
to everybody or something?
No, you got the issue with the Dick Wolves that people are still pissed off about.
Uh,
Yeah,
I mean,
even going so far to piss off a couple of sites. I know Rock Paper Scissors stated they will never go back to a Penny Arcade Expo again because of the shit they're doing. And I know we're going off topic, but just real quick, I respect Rock Paper Scissors for what they're doing, but at the same time, it's not worth isolating yourself from one thing, from one negative when there's so many positives. It doesn't make any sense.
yeah. Ugh, it's terrible stuff.
But enough about that.
Yeah.
What about that Un-Mega Man guy?
On Mighty Number 9?
Mighty Number
Not
9.
Mega Man.
The not Mega Man game.
I'm still trying to put the connection between him and Mega Man. Like, why did you call him Mighty Number 9? There's a connection. There's a connection there somewhere.
Oh, there's a connection. See, Inafune was counting all the times that Capcom effed him over. So this is the 9th time he effed them
No,
over.
there's
So
more
this was the
times
9th
than
one
that.
he
There's
got his
more
revenge.
times than 9 they've done that to him.
That's my
Alright,
opinion.
yo. All right, see, I hate to like crush people's dreams, but I'm gonna keep it so real and tell y'all exactly what it is, like right now.
Go ahead.
The thing is that if you actually look at Inafune as like a creator, he's an exceedingly simple person. He's a very big fan of just simple design. He it's done just because that's how it is, and it's the simplest way to convey a certain idea. So when he wanted to make Mighty Number 9, and he made it's a Mega Man game, right?
Yeah.
Mega Man games have 8 bosses generally, and he wants the player robot to be one of the robots that has
Robot
to,
Masters. Let's call them.
pretty
Masters.
much like one of the robot masters that has to fight against the rest of them to save humanity, which is pretty much the same story as the first Mega Man. So Mighty Number 9, he's the 9th one, and he has to fight the other 8. That's simple.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought he did too. I was like, okay. I mean, my theory was that he just decided he just couldn't name the robots. He ran an idea to just start writing numbers on top of them. This 9.
Oh, giving them numbers instead. Yeah, instead of having stupid like elemental or whatever base or gimmick based names, they're just going to be numbers now. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
We'll play with
and
number 9.
I think number 4 is a chick. So
Number 3 is a chick.
number 3 is a chick. Oh, so number 4 is a dude.
All the rest of them are dudes. Number 3 is a chick that has lightning powers. She actually looks.
Oh, that was
cool.
number 3. Yeah, because
Yeah.
she was and that's the one with the cloak and looks like the freaking Pokemon that Rosedalia Pokemon headset thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because like it kind of reminds me of Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
You guys remember that show?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kid Next Door. Yeah.
Number 9. Number 9, and
Number 9.
the Asian chick was number 3 again.
Yeah, number 4 was the crazy Australian one. Number 1 was the serious, over-the-top.
Yeah, number 1 was the boss who was bald.
He kept it real.
Kept it real. But yeah, so Mighty Number 9, as of the time of this recording, it only has like 4 days left. I actually wanted to kind of talk to the stretch goals. I mean, anybody who's listened to this should probably already know about Mighty Number 9 and what they're about, and probably already donated to the Kickstarter if you're going to. But
Hell yeah.
we are like 4 days away from the end of the Kickstarter campaign at the time of the recording, and as of right now, they're at about. Well, last I checked, they were at 2.6 mil and some change.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're still there.
So they're still there. I don't know about y'all, but I really want to see You know, like all these all these stretch goals aren't necessarily something that I particularly care about, but I really do want to see this Beck and Call online co-op challenge mode.
Well, we still got
Oh,
4 days left. And it's what 2.7 million.
yeah,
May
it
hit
needs
it.
like 2.75. It needs 2.75 to get to that stretch goal, and then the one after that, 2.9 mil, is to get like an intro stage and like an extra boss for the intro
Yeah.
for the intro stage.
Actually,
So
that stretch goal should be first. I mean, an intro stage and a boss is kind of more important than
Yeah,
That's a
I-
level design.
well, I mean, yes and no, because if you look at it before that, it was all right. So the only thing that I think was completely unnecessary was the making of documentary, but I think they just threw that in there.
Yeah.
well,
But
I could have did without the new game mode, or at least have that at the end.
nah, I actually like the fact the new game plus mode before an intro stage and boss, because it gives the game way more replayability than just like say one stage and then but once you beat the game it's done and there's
True.
nothing really else you could do with it.
But
But
I
so
like,
the
but I kind of like the idea of an intro stage a bit more, just because it'll ease those scrubs into learning the game. And yes, a lot of you
it's
people
Mega
play
Man.
games
What
with
is there to
scrubs.
learn?
Like, I can't believe I'm watching new kids play games. It just made me sad. Like, you guys are complaining that the jump mechanic jumps too high. Yo, you could just tap it. You don't have to hold down the button. You can just tap it.
It's like, yeah, you could just tap it. You've been able to do that since like Sega Genesis.
I know, and there's people
Super
complaining about that
Nintendo.
when they review games, and I'm not gonna point any names out, fraudulence, but come on.
All right, well, see, my point is that getting to that 2.9 mil especially will really make Mighty Number 9
Mighty number
most
game, yo.
complete
That's the best. That's
Mighty
what you
Number
call it, the
game,
Mighty
yo.
Number.
But anyway, it'll make Mighty Number 9 like I think the most complete experience that it could be, and
True.
probably be like the most rewarding for everybody who supported it, everybody who's going to go out and buy it. So if you're listening to this and you haven't contributed, please do, if you're interested in playing, a real Mega Man experience. And even if you've already contributed, if you are thinking that maybe you might be able to contribute a little more, please do so, because I'd want this game to be like the most complete that it could possibly be. If it only made it to 900,000, then it actually wouldn't have even got to, we wouldn't even had 8 stages. It would have only been 6.
Yeah.
But it's doing well so far. Hopefully in these last couple of days, you can really get that last push and make it a really like the best experience that it could possibly be.
You know, the
I
bad
would
part
like
is
to play it on the
maybe they
Vita.
could pretty much do that at this point. I mean, that much money, but yet again, game designs and costs is a whole different topic I could talk about later. But I'm personally happy that it's on handhelds, on Vita and the 3DS. I'm happy for that.
Well, it's not yet. That's the thing.
It's kind of. I mean, it's almost
Nah,
there.
it's really not. See, the thing is, I don't know who told you that, but if you look at the stretch goals, which I'm looking at them right now, and this is something that I kind of don't understand, the the Vita and 3DS versions are actually at 3.5 mil.
Oh,
That's
that's
when they'll be
3.5.
guaranteed.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. What we just passed was the extra end stage and an extra boss.
Yep.
Oh,
It
my bad.
adds to the
I read that
experience.
wrong. My bad. But ooh,
We haven't.
yo,
Yeah. So
Zen.
basically, the way it's going, we won't have it on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Guys,
We
that's
won't
not
have
a
it on
that's
Vita
that's
or
not a big
3DS.
loss.
But honestly, what I don't get is I would like to see it on handhelds way before I want to see it on next gen.
Yeah,
Right,
that's-
exactly.
Because
Yeah,
this
that's
isn't
true.
a game that's going to be where it's going to be like technologically necessary for them to be on next gen systems. And even if it is going to be on next gen, all it's really going to be is a port of the PC version. So
Yeah.
I would much rather see Vita and 3DS versions as like the 3.3 mil stretch goals, which still have like a very slim chance of making it, and maybe the PS4 and Xbox One versions being like the 3.5 stretch goal. As there's probably no chance in hell it's going to clear like
Yeah.
an extra mil.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care because it hits the systems that I want to hit for it, so I'm not really caring. But
So
it's-
it's on. So let's count it. It's on PS3, Xbox
It's on
360,
PC, PS3, 360, Wii U.
which
Nobody gives a shit about.
I'm
Because
not
it's
trying to
Wii
diss
U.
Nintendo. I'm like, okay, they got a game. Hooray.
I'll diss Nintendo. Fuck that. It's
I
Wii
like how
U.
I like how it's
Nobody
Wii.
cares.
I like how it's Wii U and not Wii.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, there's that. But the thing is, your Wii U is sitting there collecting dust, and the Wii U, I mean, your Wii is sitting there collecting dust, and has been for years. And your Wii U, you probably don't even have it. And if you do,
Now,
you're probably not playing that anymore either.
what me and Matt were speculating before the podcast is I would have liked to have seen it on the iOS and Android
Yeah,
platforms.
exactly. Yeah,
You would
definitely.
like to see what?
On iOS and
That's an
Android.
Android.
That would be cool, actually. I
Yeah,
mean,
it would.
yeah, I mean,
Even
I don't
though
see why
even though
not.
you have the lack of controllers by default, I don't know of many gamers that use iOS or Android that don't have a Bluetooth controller now.
Even without a Bluetooth controller, a game like Mega Man, as long as it's not like a ton of different buttons, you can definitely pull that off on the touchscreen.
Yeah, but how chaotic the game is, you're gonna have to make the controls because you don't want the controls that the control that you're gonna use for the screen eat up that screen because there's a lot of things that's gonna be happening in that game.
Well, man, I tell you what, I don't know about the iPad and the iPod users, iPhone users, but Android users got it made. Majority of them can already pick up a Moga Pro controller for like $40 or less, and
Yeah,
it holds your phone in place, and you're set. You can play
that's
anything.
really cool.
I know it's a big issue with iOS devices not getting a lot of Bluetooth. They were getting a ton of stuff from the get go, and then it slowly ramped down. And the Moga's fantastic. And I'm not talking about that crappy pocket version that they gave out for free at PAX. Thank you for that, by the way. I'm talking about the Moga Pro controller. That thing is, it's like I want to say it's more like an Xbox 360 controller,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very, very comfortable.
Yeah, well, I can definitely appreciate that. I might look into getting one. But who am I kidding? I don't play games on my Android anyway.
No,
I got a Galaxy S4. I'm probably never going to play
What?
any
You're
games on it
missing
for
out on
real.
some. You're missing on some good games for that.
I am?
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing about it is, I have so many damn Vita and 3DS and PS3 and 360.
Well, see, that's your thing. You got a lot of handheld devices. They're not my spot at tea. I don't really go for them. I've had a 3DS and a 3DS I for like a DSi for like I don't know since it came out, and I've maybe touched it 5-6 times and never touched it again.
Yeah, see, well, it's Nintendo, so fuck them. But like, if you had a Vita, it'd be like, I'd say, yeah, you're missing out.
I'm totally on the fence about picking up a Vita now. That
Vita's
price
like
drop.
$200 right now.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, I mean, I can't be completely biased. I will say that, yeah, you are kind of missing out on 3DSs, especially if the Nintendo games are your thing. They have that, but yeah, Project Cross Zone and Fire Emblem Awakening are fan fucking tastic.
And Monster Hunter, but I won't
Yeah.
get it because they're pissing
Well,
me
oh,
off.
the Hunter's
If you're
going to
into
be on Vita
RPG,
too.
if you're
Hunter's
into,
on Vita, so
Yeah, and if you're into some like old RPGs, I got some good ones. I got Etrian Odyssey 4, which is amazing in my opinion.
yeah, they got Shin Megami Tensei 4, like.
Yeah.
Which
there's
I
a couple
still
of
need
games
to
on the
play
3DS that are
because
good,
I
I
won't
respect.
stop being ridiculed by certain people if I don't ever play one of those games.
What?
Shin Megami.
Ridiculed
Yeah.
if you don't play what?
Shin Megami,
Megami
I haven't
Tensei.
played. I haven't played any of them yet.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. Have you played
was more
Persona
of a-
at least?
Yeah, I was more of a.
Okay, then
I
you're
was.
good.
I was
It's
more
alright.
of a.
I mean,
I
I
was
played
more of a
Persona.
Final
I'm not
Fantasy, Fantasy Star, or Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior guy.
Yeah, exactly. Those
Yeah,
are
I mean,
fine.
it's
That's
cool.
fine. Yeah, that's cool.
To be fair, I only played like one of the Shin Megami Tenseis, and then the rest has all really been Persona, so I can't really fault you
I
for it.
played SMC3. I saw it to my Vita for $10. I didn't pick that up, so I'm like, eh. I'm more a Persona guy just because the characters are more relatable. It's Shin Megami
Yeah.
Tensei. It's like it's a better RPG, but not interesting. If that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense, actually. I'm pretty much in the same boat.
Like yeah, it's better, but it's not as more interesting as Persona.
Like, it's better, but I actually give a shit about the characters in Persona.
Exactly.
Like,
That
in
and
Shin
we all-
Megami Tensei, it's just like, whatever.
Exactly. It's like, oh, look at all these cool monster fusions I can do. Look how much, like, oh, look at it's more detailed and graphic, but I don't learn nothing.
Right? Persona got life lessons and shit.
Yo, yeah, exactly. Like, I learned that Chie will drop you if you take her steak ball. She will drop you. Nobody's
Chie
business. You get
has like,
dropped.
I mean, sorry to go on a tangent, but
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, sorry to go on a tangent, but I've been running into random people online talking about how Chie is the best girl out of like the four of them and how she has like no problems. Please, man, I love Chie, but that bitch clearly got issues, just like everybody else.
Oh yeah, she's hella insecure. She's
Yo,
friends
she
with
has
Yukio to
no
make herself feel better.
self-confidence. She has no self-confidence whatsoever.
No, she doesn't.
She's kind of like the Junpei of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
How she like gets caught up and because she thinks she's not worth shit, so she has to go out and prove herself and whatnot.
All the time.
It's funny. But yeah, that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Only character without problems is you, the main character, because you's a boss.
He's boss senpai. He's
boss status. Rise best girl, if you ask me.
Rise is hella needy.
Hella needy.
Yeah, she's hella needy.
I mean, she is a bit clingy, but she's like clearly the most passionate out the bunch.
Yeah.
It makes
I'm
sense
more
though. Harakana's the lovers.
I enjoy Natsu.
Lovers are always the ones.
I'm into girls like that. Yeah.
Say what?
All right, guys, keep it on topic. We're a gaming podcast.
This is a game. Rise best girl, yo.
Nah, man. Natsu.
Lovers are always like the clingiest, but the ones that love you the fiercest. What?
Nitro, you play Golden?
Yeah, of course. That's one of the other Vita games. To bring it back full circle, that's one of the Vita games that you're missing out on if you don't have it.
And it's been confirmed that Natsu has the biggest breast out of all of them, so therefore she's the best.
Yo, but she just being the best in that one particular area doesn't make her the best overall. So to be fair, that makes her second by default.
What? Are you serious?
That makes her at least second by default.
Second by default.
Yo, because she clearly has the best figure out of all of them, even though she covers up.
That's true. Okay, that puts her in the top. I agree with that. No, not second. not second. I mean, you can
like
go
that makes you
godlike. You can let that slide.
Automatically top tier. It's like Street Fighter, and if you got a dive kick, like automatically, like you got a dive kick that's good, that automatically makes you like high tier.
Except for Gen's dive kick. Those aren't dive kicks.
I said good. A dive kick that's good. That automatically puts you in like the higher.
Losing you there, Nitro. Breaking up on us, buddy.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you don't have anything else aside from that dive kick, like Rufus, then you stay at just high tier. Top tier. See how that works?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But he had
same thing with boobs.
He has dive kick and close medium. That's really it.
Dive kick?
Yeah. No, Rufus. He has dive kick and close medium punch. That's really his two best buttons.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. If you avoid those two buttons, you can just beat him. That makes me feel. That makes me cry a little. Like that's it. That's all I have to worry about.
But anyway, not to get in the whole Street Fighter reference, but you see my point.
Pretty much, yeah, I know. But okay, so what would you rate? All right, then what
that you're missing out on stuff. You don't have a Vita.
Chicks you can date. Like
they all suck.
They all suck. That's terrible.
Yo, they don't have persona, so they're automatically low tier.
That's messed up, man.
So yeah, they all suck. Like, there's a reason they're not in Persona 4 Arena, and they're not going to be in the sequel because they suck. They don't have personas. You don't care about them.
Maybe I'll pick up a Vita on Black Friday.
Yeah, and get Golden.
Exactly. You do that, Hex, because you could get that. If you like Tenchu, pick up Shinobi though. That's why I bought a Vita like way back when. And I bought Shinobi though. Was like, I really want to play this, and I'm gonna have faith that there are going to be other games down the pike that I really want. And
they did come out. We got Guacamelee, which is a really good game.
Yo, amazing game. We got Dragon's Crown on PS3, but play it on the go. Like, that game is amazing.
I know. It's too godlike. Sorcerer's top tier, that's for sure.
Wait, who's top tier?
Sorceress, because
Sorceress?
Yeah.
Well, all right. So I mean, we could probably talk about that more when we get into the segment where we talk about
Man, you're no fun, Nitro. You're breaking up on us again.
Yeah.
games we've been playing recently. But I'm just gonna leave you with this one thing where I am. Well, all right. So we can talk about Dragon's Crown more when we actually start focusing on what we've been playing recently, because I've been playing that almost nonstop, except for one exception that made me stop playing Dragon's Crown. But anyway, so I'm just gonna leave you with this: the sorceress is hella useful in multiple situations, but when it comes to just dealing out the damage and beating asses, the Amazon and the elf are retarded.
That's true. But the Amazon
Like, they
elf
are
doesn't have that rack.
ridiculous. They are the most ridiculous characters.
Yeah, but they don't have that rack, and that rack is already OP. So that's Opie, and Opie is OP. So in there.
You're right.
There we go. And that's why
I have
Naruto's
no
top tier,
counter
because
argument
she's
to that.
Opie, Opie's OP, top tier.
True. I mean,
Man.
Amazon has that ass, which is A rank, so
Yeah.
it's not OP though.
It's not OP, but it's A rank.
Yo, A is for ass.
That's right.
Good.
Much. But
Not
oh man,
terrible kind. That's F.
Oh man, but we should wrap this up. Call it an episode, I guess, right?
All right. So, I mean, that was cool for first episode of Loading Screen, but we got to end on one last point, which is what have you guys been playing recently?
Oh,
I haven't gone over that yet.
I have been on a Steam whoring since I can't play things as much because my Vita was broken and I had to get it repaired, and it got repaired. I got it back, thank God. But I've been playing. Oh jeez, I've been playing Volcar the Viking on Steam. That's hella good. They had a sale on Steam like recently. They still all their pirate games for cheap. So I bought the Legend of Monkey Island, the first two. That was pretty good. I got this amazing D&D like RPG called like Knights of Pen and Paper +1. Good too.
Mm-hmm.
And playing some Skullgirls on the side, even though I should stop. And I've been playing Mercenary Kings way too much. I think I mentioned that like in the podcast I was on, but yo, Mercenary Kings is... And I've been playing Legend of Dungeon.
Hex, what you been playing?
Dark Souls, nothing but Dark Souls.
Nothing but
We
Dark
got back
Souls?
on that game. Haven't played that game since last Christmas. I got so frustrated through my controller clean across the room, and the last month I've just picked it up and been determined to be. And been having fun doing it.
Praise the sun, yo.
Praise the sun. Fuck those invaders. I hate you guys. Stay out of my game.
Yo, they ruin everything,
That's like the whole
man.
point, though. The invaders like the whole point, though.
I hate that shit. You're in the middle of fighting somebody. It's like invaders and you're invaded your game. Okay, fine. You're not paying no attention. And then they find you and then they backstab you. It's like, forget it. And then they gloat. Like, yeah, I'm the shit.
Like,
You
assholes.
beat me up when I was fighting somebody else up.
You know the
Yeah,
worst part
well,
is they
I
can just
mean,
like
if you haven't realized
you like they're teabagging you. After you die, you buy like, got you, and like you dicks.
Well, if you don't realize by now that the whole point of that whole series, the Demon Souls, Dark Souls, is griefing, then you clearly missed something. Because
Alright, I got something for them next time they come into my game. That's all I gotta say.
But yeah, from the outset of the game, it's all about just griefing you.
Yeah.
The computer's gonna grief you. Other players are supposed to grief you. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, unless you figure out a system how to beat the game, which I think I figured it out, and I saw some people do it, like just use spear weapons, or just be a jerk as an archer. Like once you could just ping off bosses.
Yo, you have to be an asshole.
Or you overpower your strength and pick the hardest hitting weapon.
Yo, that's one way, but that takes.
Which is what I do. Nope,
That
I
takes
got like a 55 strength knight right now. Shit goes down quick.
Well, yeah, like you can't be like normal and balanced and fair in that game.
Nope.
You have to be an asshole because they're going to be an asshole to you.
Exactly. Like the only thing I heard is that a mage is the worst to start off with, but mid and end game they just like destroy everything, which I might do in my second run. Even though I haven't played it in like 2 months, I'll try that and make a mage just to see how ham I can go.
Yo, they
Yeah.
had Dark Souls Prepared to Die on
Prepare to
Steam
Die
for like
edition,
a Steam sale.
Yeah,
so
I
got
was
that.
You did good because I was like, I'm gonna get it. Like, no, I'm already playing it on the Xbox. I'm not gonna get it again.
Like, yeah,
No,
I got it on
no.
PS3, but like I haven't been playing it really, so now I have it on Steam, so I'll just play that.
That's what's up.
But all right, is that all you've been playing, Hex?
Yep. Well, that and
Oh,
Castlevania, Lord of the Shadows,
all right,
Ultimate Edition.
all right. So for me, of course, as we mentioned earlier, there's Dragon's Crown, which is a fucking amazing game. And if you have ever had any love for Golden Axe or any of the side-scrolling action games from back in the day, then you owe it to yourself to buy this game and play the hell out of it, because that game is it's OD.
Have it on
How
the Vita or
amazing
the
that-
PS3?
Oh, huh?
Have it on the Vita or the PS3?
I have it on PS3 for now, but
Oh.
I'm going to pick it up on Vita, like pretty much the next possible opportunity. I would
All right.
have already, because the game really is that good, but I have something on principle against buying a game for both PS3
They
and
should have
Vita.
had a cross-buy. That should have been a cross-buy.
Yeah, I really don't like the fact that it doesn't have cross-buy, but it has connectivity between the two.
I know,
Because
and I
that's
got
just
it for
trying
the
to
Vita.
double
I
dip
have
on
it for the
people.
Vita. That's all. I played on my Vita for that particular reason. Because what if I sit in Starbucks and then use their internet and just drink and buy like a $2 coffee and just sit there for like 3 hours?
Smart man. But me, like, I wanted to have it on the console experience first. So I was like, you know what? I'm picking it up for PS3, and then if I can find a sale or a deal or something down the line to get it for Vita, I will, because I definitely love the game enough to buy it again, but just no cross-buy option is like, come on, guys, what the fuck? But all right, so I've been playing that. That game's amazing. Every class has its use and is interesting. The elf and the Amazon are pretty freaking OP.
I like the sorceress.
Sorceress is actually, Sorceress might be my favorite character because she's versatile as hell. She's probably the most versatile character in the game. Like, she does it all: save damage, create food, like protection spells. She's
She's a great
huge ass
soloist.
rack. She got it all.
Yeah, she's a great
Nice
soloist.
ass.
You just her damage output's not the highest though, so you will be suffering sometimes.
Yeah, but especially if you're playing with other people, like the game is pretty much intended for you too.
Yeah.
Like it'll work out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
got nothing to worry about.
The only beef I have with Dragon's Crown is that they should have some more DLC maps. They should be soon, hopefully. And it's a bit repetitive because it's really easy to memorize the levels. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. But still, for what it is, it's an amazing game. And as many like years as I spent replaying the old like Golden Axe games or Streets of Rage or something like that, and I'm playing the same freaking levels over and over again, this is way more varied than that. And I've got
That's true.
like damn near decades of entertainment.
Well, you should play
of
Volgarth the
old
Viking
games
as
like
well.
that.
If you like Golden Axe, it's brutal, but it's fun brutal. That's a pretty good game. Volgarth the Viking. It's on Steam. I mean, it was on sale for $10. I would purchase it for $10, not $11.99. It's not worth $11.99 in my opinion.
Yo, my man. Like Dragon's Crown, I don't care.
Dragon's Crown. You're gonna get. No one's gonna play Volgarth the Viking and watch my top and read my top score. I beat the game. I speedrun that game twice.
Yo, Selly.
Yeah.
Dragon's Crown is out. Nobody cares.
Yo, Dragon.
if you're going to get a game in that style, get Dragon's Crown, because unless you're playing that or Streets of Rage remake, which you get for free, then it's just not relevant anymore.
True. But I would like, to me, it's like if you're into like old school stuff like that. If you want to try something different, Volgarth the Viking.
Play
It's a
Dragon's
hard
Crown.
game, but it's interesting. Like I said, it's one of my. I've been
Dragon's
playing
Crown
on
hard
Steam a
too.
lot. It's one of my favorite games that came out. So it's a good new game.
All right, I'm gonna stop busting your balls.
No, because you.
All right.
It's like you're pretty much saying, oh, that's you're playing Volgarth the Viking. You know, I've been playing Dragon's Crown while you're talking. You.
All right, I'm gonna stop. But all right, so there was only one thing that could make me stop playing Dragon's Crown aside from fighting games, because fighting games is what I do.
Same.
But there's only one thing, and it's completely obvious what that thing is. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out last week.
Yo. No.
And
that game made some serious bank. That's all I gotta say.
Yo, what can you say about Grand Theft Auto 5 that hasn't been said already, really?
That is
I
not
mean,
on PC
everybody
yet.
bought it except for Hags, and I don't know what his problem is.
Cause it's not on PC. Damn it.
Yo,
Yeah, you have to
quote,
console game sometimes. Hags, deal with it.
deal with it. Yo, to quote Franklin's theme song, you're not gonna like it, but the hood's gonna love it.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
ain't gotta like it, but the
Hood's
hood
gonna love it.
Yo, the hood love that game. That game is amazing. But I will say a few things about it. To not copy everybody else and on how glowing everything about it is that everybody's been saying, and that's all true. But I'm actually going to just get into like a few of the things that I've noticed that I wish was actually better about the game. Because the thing about it is the game's amazing and all, but playing it actually gave me more of a feeling like I wonder what a next gen Grand Theft Auto is going to look like. You know what I mean?
They got the money.
Like I'm like playing through the game, and halfway through, I'm like, can't really dine out anymore. And like if you have kept up with the entire Grand Theft Auto franchise from like GTA 3 moving on, you'll realize playing 5 that there actually is quite a bit of things that aren't in the game anymore that they like took out or didn't really focus on. For example, like you have 3 different characters as opposed to everyone's one. I mean, every other GTA is just one character, but you don't have nearly the amount of customization options.
No.
One thing I loved about this is going back to San Andreas. Like one thing I loved about San Andreas was how you could like learn different fighting styles. Hell, you could gamble. Like they had a casino there. Like there was a bunch of different stuff. Like you could eat at certain places. Now you can only just go to a convenience store and buy like a snack bar or something like that. You can't really, eat at the restaurants, and like they're still there, but they're just not accessible. You know what I mean?
Even 4 you can do. You can four you can only do that when you have the
Before
friend.
you could go buy food. Like it was even like compared to 4. Like the whole dating system in 4, like Nico could go out and try to date like a whole bunch of different chicks.
Yeah.
And sure, the whole people calling you all the time kind of gets on your nerves. But now all you can do is date
Golden
strippers.
cousin?
Yeah, that was annoying. But now all they really had to do, they didn't have to get rid of that. All they had to do was make it so that they only really that they pretty much stay where they are and don't bother you unless you are the one that's calling them.
Basically,
and they're not calling you all the time. But instead, they kind of just got rid of the feature and made it so, or they all kind of combined that with strip club.
Yeah.
And made it so that you can not even date strippers, but if they like you enough after they dance for you, you can take them back to their house. And do wow, cheesy porn music. There you go.
Another thing
Speaking of which, that's really OD.
True.
Like
Another thing to say about the game is that mechanically and engine-wise, playing it, the game is 99.9% similar to 4. Mechanically, engine-wise.
Yeah. If gameplay-wise, it's 99. It really is. No, not even 99. It's almost
100.
Well, yeah. I'll give it 99.
Yeah, 99%. There's a couple of minor changes you can do.
Yeah, but it's mostly the same as Grand Theft Auto 4, and the spinoffs for that. But I'm not really mad at that. Like it's cool. They didn't really have much to do or improve about that system. So I'm completely okay with just tweaking it and everything's good to go. Because the system in Grand Theft Auto 4 was actually really good. On all of its concepts and most of its execution. There was just a couple things that they needed to work out. And they did. So for this kind of game, I think the controls and the gameplay and everything about it is pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
But it's just that playing it gives you the illusion of there being more to do in the game than there actually.
That's how I actually kind of felt midway in the game. Like there's so much more I can do, but I can't.
Yeah, there's so much more you could see yourself doing in GTA 5, and even if you take all of those pieces individually, it's not much. But if you take a step back and look at all the stuff it looks like you should be able to do, yet you can't, it's a little jarring. And it's like, I wonder why they took that out, especially when you're looking at features or different things that, as I said, were in older GTAs, like San Andreas and whatnot.
Well, San Andreas
I like
was
the ability.
San Andreas was like over the top. They did like everything that was possibly conceivable was almost doable. Jetpacks, helicopter flying. I mean, Jesus, about the hacking. It was like so much, and they were like crap.
Well, that's exactly the point, really.
I know.
And the point is, you saw that San Andreas comes out at, much later on in the PS2's life cycle.
Yeah.
And they really go all out and go in and make sure that everything they could possibly think of that you should be able to do in the game, that they can technologically put in the game, they put in that goddamn game. With 5, even though it's an excellent game, I'm not getting that feeling so much. Like,
you feel the same way when you were playing
there's some
4,
stuff
though.
that.
Did you feel it the same way when you were playing 4? And I'm counting 4 complete with the DLC too.
No, 4 felt like definitely like a complete experience, and it was like everything that they showed you that you should be able to do, they let you do. But in 5, it was more like, okay, we're going to try to expand the world, but we're also going to cut back on the features so that even though everything's there, you can't do everything that it looks like you should be able to do.
Pretty much in layman's terms.
Which is something I have a bit of an issue with.
It sounds like what they did here from your experience playing it. It was like the world's expanded, but not your options.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
The world's expanded, but your options haven't expanded with it, and in some cases they've actually been cut back a little bit from 4.
Yeah, and the strange thing about it is that I felt the same. I kind of felt the same way about the game, but I think the story element of the game was so strong it kind of made you alluded like you.
Oh, it definitely makes up for it though.
Yeah.
Like as a sandbox game, it's not quite as complete as 4 was.
No.
But for the experience with like the stories and how they're plotted out, like I love how you do heists, and I'm not going to put in any spoilers,
right.
But you get more of a say and a lot more variety on how you tackle certain missions. And I love that for the main storyline. They got that on point. But it's like the sandbox arena isn't nearly as fleshed out as I would like to have seen it.
Especially not compared to like Saints Row 4.
Yeah, exactly. In Saints Row 4, you can literally do whatever the fuck you want.
And no one will stop you because you're the president.
True story.
True story.
For GTA 5, it's more like, the sandbox is just there and here's what we have for you to do in it. And then everything else, it's, I don't know, run around and do these limited amount of options.
I know.
And that's it.
I know, because the one thing that bothered me the most about how GTA 5 limitation was that, like, what the hell am I? There was certain places I drove to see what the hell am I supposed to do here? I actually like put my controller down. It's like, can I jump my car over the river? Sure. What the hell? What will that prove? Like, can I just like blow it up or something? What am I gonna do here? Like some destinations.
It's like areas where it's just there and it doesn't really seem to serve any purpose.
I know, it's like, it's cool and all. What the hell am I supposed to do though? Like, I felt that they should have had at least better options if you're doing more sandbox things, or better yet, add more side missions or whatever. You know the worst part is the worst part is I'm picturing. I don't think Rockstar would do this. I'd be hella scumbag. Is that the options that are limited, and they'll give it to you for a DLC.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
Scumbag thing to do.
Yeah, that would be. Which is why instead of trying to go the DLC route, I was thinking more along the lines of, this seems like, as opposed to this being like the complete game where they really go all out and put everything in there, this seems more like the template for a game where they can actually do that. So I was wondering what they were going to do for like Grand Theft Auto 6.
What locations? I don't think, like, they had 2 games on the West Coast, 2 East Coast games. Next location, I don't know.
Well, they had 2. Most like they had 2 LA and Southern California games. Yeah, they like had 2 SoCal games, 2 New York games. Then they had Vice City, which was
Florida.
No game in Miami.
Miami, yeah, Florida. Wait, wasn't San Andreas NorCal? That was San Antonio.
No, it's Los Angeles.
Oh, that's Los Angeles. Oh, I thought it was. NorCal.
Well, even though they call it San Andreas is the name of the state,
Oh.
and you're mostly playing the game in Los Santos,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah,
is
right. I
LA.
forgot about my bad. Yeah, yeah. It's there. Yeah, yeah. It was
And
SoCal. That was SoCal.
and
It was
even
NorCal.
though they say GTA 5 is supposedly bigger than any GTA game before it, I still think San Andreas seems a little bigger because you could go, 'cause you were in Los Santos, but then you could go to San Fierro, and then I forgot the name of the other place that was
Santa Fe.
much
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. I think it was
So there
because,
was like 3 different cities.
and then you had more options because the feeling of agency that your choices mattered in those games felt better. While in 5, if you're not playing the story mode, your choices feel like, what the hell am I doing here? I might as well just go to the
Yeah,
next
there's
mission.
like, well, in 5 there's like nothing that really affects you. All you can really do is like mod cars.
Yeah. Or meet up Franklin's deadbeat friends. Or half his friends are deadbeats. Little spoiler.
Yeah, pretty much. But all that said, it's still an excellent game. It made
still
me
is,
stop
yeah.
playing. It made me stop playing Dragon's Crown for a while. So that's definitely something to be said for it.
Yo, you
Because
need to
I
get the
wasn't
Vita
gonna stop
version.
playing Dragon's
You need
Crown.
to get the Vita version, man.
I know. So especially so I could play with you and other people who just have the Vita version.
Yeah. Oh man.
But anyway, I think that'll wrap it up for loading screen.
I'm off the loading screen, man. All right, Hacks, you got anything to say besides playing Castlevania Ultimate Edition again?
Nope. I want to get back to Dark Souls. So let's wrap this up.
All right, let's wrap this up. All right, so this is Matt Caecilius signing out. If you want to follow the Outerhaven, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and you can also follow us personally on Twitter, which is Nitro. Tell me your Twitter.
Yep, that'd be at Omega Nitro.
And
on Twitter.
Yeah, you can follow me at Caecilius on Twitter. And Hacks, you want to give them your Twitter?
The Outerhaven on Twitter.
The Outerhaven on Twitter. That's how you follow Hacks.
Just
So
use the Outerhaven.
Outerhaven.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the first episode of the loading screen. This is Nitro, and peace out.
Bye bye.